I'm an adult and I have no musical training. Can I still learn guitar? Where do I get started?
Can you still learn guitar if you're an adult and you have no musical training? Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody starts somewhere, right? So it doesn't matter if you're 100 years old or 10 years old, you still have to start. So yeah, it's really a decision, is what it comes down to. A lot of people ask, is it too late in life to start playing guitar, or maybe they picked it up, or maybe they've messed around with some chords or something like that, and it's not coming really easily. Well, here's a newsflash: it doesn't come easy to anybody in the very beginning, and it's really just a decision. Are you going to decide to get better at the guitar? If you make the decision, if it's something that you really want to do, then yes, you can do it. You just have to find the right steps. But that goes for anything in life. If you want to learn how to play hockey, you got to have a good coach to teach you how to play, right? The same thing for guitar. If you want to learn how to play guitar, you need a good coach or a good system or a good strategy or a good, step-by-step method to tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and when to move on. If you don't have that, you will get frustrated. You will spin your wheels. You won't make as much progress as you want, and you'll probably think about giving up. It's just the way it is. But as far as being adult, where should you get started? Pretty much the same place anybody else would get started at any age. First of all, it depends on what you want to do with the guitar. So the broadest categories for those listening, the broadest categories of things that people would want to do with a guitar is either play lead guitar, which most beginners aren't necessarily interested in because they just need to start learning how to play chords. But most people are either drawn to playing lead guitar or playing rhythm guitar and chords and things like that. Most people who are drawn to playing rhythm guitar, a lot of them have acoustic guitars, and just because it's easier for strumming, it sounds better, it sounds bigger, etc. Especially if you want to sing along. But where I would start is, no matter what you want to be able to do, I would start with learning basic chords. And I don't mean like your full open chords, like this is a G chord or a D chord or a C chord. Some people can, it just depends. It depends on what you want to do. Some people can start to make these bigger chords a little easier at first. Some people can. It just depends. What I would do though at the very beginning is, what you're looking for is, you want to see progress and you want to hear something musical. So let me give you an actual example. I'll drop my pick here. What I would do and what we always did in lessons is, there are some really simple chords that you can play at the very beginning. And this is like absolute beginner. This is your very first day ever picking up the guitar. If you go to a guitar store or whatever, here's what you can do, right? Instead of trying to learn these huge chords, and I say huge because they span all of the strings, like a D chord or a G chord, or definitely not a bar chord, right? You can do what I call one finger chords or one note chords. And what that is on your high E string, I'm going to give you a choice of 4 notes. And on the B string and the E string, there's 2 high strings right here. You can either play the note on the B string on the first fret or the note on the E string on the first fret. That's two chords that we can play, and I'll show you why it's a chord in a minute. Or you can go to the 3rd fret and play the same strings. So just the B string, just the E string, right? And when you do that, you can make a chord progression, or you can make a song, or you can start practicing strumming by just using one finger and one note. So if I play, let's say, just this note here, if I'm a beginner, I'm going to have to look at what strings I'm strumming. Probably going to strum the last 3 strings or the last 2 strings. It really doesn't matter. We just want to make some music. So none of that necessarily sounds great, but the point is, it gives us a chord to play. So we can make up chord progressions. So even if I just did 2 strums per chord, like this, I can make a song out of it. Or then I might go, you're just starting to make some music, right? This is not meant to impress anybody or play around a campfire or play a guitar solo or anything. It's just an easy way to get started. So if you're just starting out, literally, I would just do that exact same thing, what I just showed you right there. Play around with those 4 little chords, start to put some rhythm to them, and see what you can come up with. Play one 4 times, then change to another one. Or play one 2 times, change to another one. Switch back and forth. Just see what you can do. And that will just at least get you started, getting used to holding a pick or strumming the strings or moving your finger around to the frets. And then you can focus on starting to build the bigger chords like the G, D, C, etc. So that's where I would start for an absolute brand new beginner.
Yeah, I think that's really cool because I think being able to play, like strum the guitar right away and get like just with that, the one note will help give you just a little bit more confidence
Yeah.
into like, okay, this actually sounds good, right?
Right. It shows you that you can actually make something that sounds like music, right?
Yeah.
It's not a Mozart symphony, but it is. It's like, oh, okay, I see how this works. And you just keep going. That's it.
Yeah, and I always like what you normally say is that, or what you got from Benjamin Disraeli, that everyone has music inside of them, right? That I think probably the hardest people to start learning guitar are the ones that have never heard a single note ever played or never sang along to a song, right? Those are the people that are struggle with learning music. But I think that everyone has listened to music. There's some kind of rhythm. There's some kind of music inside you, so that it's only as difficult as you want to make it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think if you think about getting a song stuck in your head, how many people do you know who have never got a song stuck in their head? Probably zero, right?
Yeah.
If you can get a song stuck in your head, well, you have music inside you. You can play it. You just have to learn how to do it. And what I just showed you with those couple of little notes is just an easy way to start allowing you to express yourself rather than doing something frustrating at the very beginning, which is like, let's say we have a teacher tries to make you read music notation and play Mary Had a Little Lamb. I mean, how frustrating is that? If you just want to sit down and play Metallica or you just want to, express something, that's not going to make you want to continue playing guitar, right? So again, what I just showed you is a simple way to not only be able to play some chords, to do some strumming, but also to be able to start to improvise a little bit, to start to express yourself and actually play something that you feel rather than, Mary Had a Little Lamb or something like that.
Awesome. All right. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video. That was just a short clip of one of our longer Q&A videos. If you're interested in watching some more of those videos, then I recommend you hit the subscribe button over here. It's really awesome. Also, we got more videos over here, so check some out if you're interested in learning more about breakthrough guitar or advancing your guitar skills. Peace.